In segment 3, what we're looking at is something very similar to segment 2 with a lot of brush strokes, but there's quite a bit of hammering on and pulling off here. And we want to maybe in this part accentuate the vibrato a little bit. And then in measure 14, there's going to be a variation that you can consider if you're a more experienced player. So let me try these measures for you here. Measure 11 would simply be... So all I'm doing is I'm barring all 6 strings at fret 5 and then at fret 3. I would encourage you to maybe check the action on your guitar too. If it's very high, a tune like this with constant bar chords might wear your hands down a little bit. So put your power in right there as if you were lifting weights and needed all that energy for that one heavy weight you have to lift. But so that you don't have to do that too much, lower your action. Okay, so moving right along, you have... And even though I have some fingers listed there, whether it's M, P, or I, those can be used as brush strokes, or you have the option of doing your hands. So you have... So even though that's a pull-up, you want to make sure that when you play that note and you come down to the 5, that your thumb hits at the same time as the release. A lot of people have trouble with that where they... And then they hit the bass. You want them simultaneous. That's the trick with pull-offs. There's a hammer on. And do the best you can to do that punch strum where your fingers almost come like a snare drum in. Then your third finger comes down, which is indicated. And watch your timing. Don't do it like a grace note. Don't do it quick. It has to be very even. Like that. And when you have this second finger coming down on the 5 fret, on string 5, fret 5, maybe accentuate the second one, that one a little bit more. So you wind up going like this with measure 11 and 12. Sorry. That's what we got. So it's a climb. That's what you have there. Like that. And then in 13 and 14, 13 is identical to 11. Then you have, and that's the same there, but this is where your option comes in on measure 14. Whoop. In the video, if you watch me playing it, I go. If you're more of an advanced player and can get away with that, give it a try. Like that. That's for an intermediate player or advanced. And that's a little tricky to get in there. Then 15, which is the same as 11 and 13. Then you have, and that's a pair of fingers, 2 and 3. And then you just climb it up. And then you have 5 and 3 strings. Now you can either slide it or you can play with a thumb and then brush it up. And then give a little vibrato. Now that little raschiato with the R's, that's the thing I do with my right hand where ring, middle, and index come down. So, like that. And then 17, which is like the other previous measures I mentioned. Then you have another chromatic climb up in 18. On string 5, measures, or I'm sorry, string 5 and then frets. That's your run. And then when you have the 3s come down, you see some grace notes, which is the first time we're introducing grace notes. So I come from the 4s to the 5s, I shoot it up there, and I come back to the 3s. And you might think about some of these techniques we've covered up till now in your own compositions. The idea of brush strokes, raschiatos if you can, doubling up on things. But the main theme I'm trying to get in here is for you to learn how to target and avoid certain strings and also give more attacks to your punch and add vibrato without accentuating it too much. So in other words, be in control of all these techniques.